Is it still considered a 24-hour readathon if it's over the course of 3 days? Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I am doing my first ever 24-hour readathon. I have never done a 24-hour readathon before because I've never really been able to set that kind of time aside, especially like on a weekend. However, my husband is gone on a work trip this weekend, and I thought, what better time to try than now? Not that I couldn't do it whenever he's here, but I like to hang out with my husband and we do things on the weekends and so it's a good time to do it whenever he's not here. And also, I live in Pittsburgh and it's going to be really rainy and cloudy all weekend. So yeah, it sounds like the perfect time to try my first 24-hour readathon. Over the course of Friday night, I think, well, today is Friday, I am going to the store to get some snacks for a 24-hour readathon because I kind of feel like you can't do a readathon without some snacks. That might be my own personal thing, but I'm running with it, okay? I will be getting Swedish fish, and I'm not sure what else yet. But Swedish fish are definitely on the list. That's number one priority, my favorite reading snack. So in this readathon, I am going to try to crank out some arcs that I have from NetGalley. I went a little application happy, read now happy, however you want to call it. I have 21 arcs that I need to read through NetGalley. It's not that I don't want to read them, I just haven't. So I'm going to try to get through as many as I can this weekend, and I'll be reading Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and reaching 24 hours. And it's going to be a really good goal for myself because, I don't know, I want to see how much I can read in 24 hours. And the past few months have been kind of slower reading months for me, so I think that this also is going to help me get back into reading a lot. Maybe not reading a lot, but being able to sit down and read. Sit down and quiet my brain, because there has been a lot happening just in literally every aspect of my life where my brain just won't turn off. So yeah, I'm hoping that this 24-hour readathon can cure my brain to be able to turn off and read. So right now, where's my Kindle? I am reading The Rite of Radnik, which is an ARC. I did receive this as an ARC, but it's already been published, but it was put back on NetGalley prior to when the second book in this duology releases, and I actually got the e-ARC for, what is the second book called? The Rite of Radnik, yes, it's already been published, and book 2 releases July 1st, The Rite of Ascension, and I'm enjoying The Rite of Radnik right now. It's definitely a romantasy. It's a romantasy for the girlies who love romantasy. And I think I'm going to try to give a full review since I'll have finished the duology in back-to-back. What better time to give a review? I think I'm going to try to get that posted. I don't know if I'm going to create a YouTube video for that, but it's probably going to be in my wrap-up, June wrap-up. And I'll definitely have a review posted on STORYGRAPH, if you're over there. And then I have an audiobook of All Fired Up by M.K. England, I think. I know that this has already been released, but in my defense, I did not receive the audiobook ARC until it was already published. It actually was, I applied for it this past week, and I got it. I don't count that as a tally against me for not finishing my NetGalley books before they're published, okay? Because I got it after the publication date. And I count audiobooks as reading, okay? I know that is a discourse in the book community, which actually makes no sense to me because it is a book that you are reading. I think I'm also going to read A Theory in Drowning. I have the Secret Crush book club, which is a sapphic romance book, and I think it's by Carmen Lee. And I haven't ever read anything by Carmen Lee before, but I do follow her on Instagram, and a lot of my mutuals love her books. So I think that feels like a good palate cleanser kind of book, or just when I'm, I don't know, like a good break in fantasy romantasy, because I have not even just this weekend, I've just been reading a lot of fantasy and sci-fi, and I'm kind of feeling I need romance. I just need a fun, lighthearted romance book. And I think my last book that I'm gonna try to get to from NetGalley is I was gonna read The Heart of Wordwood. I didn't realize that it was book 3 in a series. Emily. So now I have to read book 1 and 2 before I get to that. And that actually published June 24th, so I'm behind on that. But also, in my defense, I'm waiting for my Libby holds of book 1 and 2 to come in. So I can't read book 3 until I read book 1 and 2. Like, that is just logical. That just makes sense. So I have to wait. So then maybe my last book that I'll try to read is Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. I love S.T. Gibson as an author. All of their books are like phenomenal. I'm excited for my 24-hour readathon. I am a little bit nervous. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm nervous. Because I was gonna say anxious, but I don't think anxious is either. Maybe it's just like I'm excitedly anticipating it. So it's like I'm excited. I'll just say that I'm excited. So quick reading update. I was going to start like right at 5 p.m. after I got off work on Friday, on Friday. I have to work late now. I'm not really happy about that, but it is what it is. So I took a little bit of time during my work day to read, which is okay because I have to work late now. The Rite of Radnick. Oh my god, I'm like really struggling to say that. I got to 43% of the book, which I thought was pretty good. It's definitely a romantasy. I will say that. Okay, it's 6:30 now. I just got done with work. I made myself a really quick dinner and I'm sitting down for the night to read. This is like the first like huge chunk that I'm gonna read as part of my 24-hour readathon. I'm continuing on with The Rite of Radnick. I got that right this time. And my Kindle says that I have 2.5 hours left of this book. I'm gonna try to finish it tonight. And I might TBD if I'm gonna start anything else tonight because I don't want to like burn myself out with reading. So the goal tonight is to just finish The Rite of Radnick. Good morning. I did not end up filming a recap of what I read last night because I ended up falling asleep. And I did not finish The Rite of Radnick like I wanted to, but I'm not really enjoying it either. And if it wasn't like an arc, I don't think I would finish it. I think I would DNF it. But I have I'm at like 83%. So my Kindle says that I have like 35 minutes left. So I can finish that today. Last night I was just way too tired. I like couldn't. And that's fine. So the agenda today, listen to my audiobook while I make myself breakfast and coffee and drink water and take my meds. And then I'm going to feed my dogs because they need taken care of. And then I'm going to clean the fuck out of my kitchen because it desperately needs it. I have been neglecting my dishes because I just don't want to do them. Doing dishes are like the bane of my existence, but it's fine. I have to do them. So that's the kitchen. That's what I'm doing today. And I'm going to be listening to my audiobook. I'm going to try to finish Angels Before Man today, and I have 4.5 hours left. I listen to my audiobooks on 2.5 speed, so I can definitely get through that while I do all of the kitchen chores. And then be done with it. And then we'll see if I get back to The Rite of Radnick. I really don't like it. And I don't want to be reading like a book that I'm not enjoying as part of a readathon, you know? Okay, anyways. So it's 8:30 now. Let's see how much I can get done. It's 10:30 now. I finished Angels Before Man. That was such a good book. I'm so glad that I read it. And if you are thinking about reading that book, I highly recommend the audiobook of it because the narration was just fantastic. If you hear my dogs barking in the background, the mailman is walking down the street and they hate him. Okay? so ignore it. Now I think I'm gonna start All Fired Up by MK England because I still want to listen to an audiobook because I'm still in like a cleaning mood. And the next thing I'm gonna tackle is my office. It's actually so messy, and you might not be able to tell, but I work in here every single day because I work from home, and it's just, I've just been pushing it off, and it's just been like stressing me out lately because like it's not clean, and so a stressful work environment causes more stress like during work, at least for me. So I'm gonna start the All Fired Up audiobook, and this is also an ARC that I received from NetGalley, and I'll let you know how it goes. I forgot that I had so many books that I needed to put on my bookshelf in some way. The books that I've gotten the last couple months, I think like since the beginning of April, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books that I need to fit on my bookshelf, so I need to rearrange, and that doesn't count like the 20 books that I got for my library book sale. So yeah, I have quite a few books I need to figure out how to put on my bookshelf, which I think is also going to be today's task while I'm listening to my audiobook as part of cleaning my office. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock now. I am a third of the way through All Fired Up, and I am actually really liking this story. It's about a scientist who does things with fire and a firefighter. They're trying to get their friend to not move to Fiji as she's making bad choices and financially irresponsible and things like that. Anyways, it started thunderstorming here, and my largest dog, Tina, my oldest dog, is like terrified of thunder, so I let her go and hide in my room, and Daisy, our smallest one, she's not scared of thunderstorms. She's like completely fine with them, but I can tell she's like really following me around the house as I'm like doing chores and stuff, and I think she just wants to like settle down and like sleep. So this is like kind of around their nap time, but on the weekends I kind of let them stay out, you know, but dogs don't have like a sense of time of like weekday versus weekend, so I could tell that Daisy was getting like she wants to go to sleep. So I'm gonna color on my iPad while I finish up this audiobook. It says I have 5 hours and 23 minutes left, which I think I could probably finish. I'm listening again at 2x speed, so I could probably finish that in about two hours. Is that the right math? And I finished cleaning, the entire kitchen, my office. I put all my books together, and now I'm just relaxing. Oh, and I should also say I've clocked about 7.5 hours of reading so far. So I would say this 24-hour readathon is making good progress. Okay, it's 4:40. I finished my audiobook arc of All Fired Up by MK England. I thought it was a really cute book. It's definitely for the romance girlies. Again, I'm not really like a super huge romance girl, so I don't know that I would have finished it if I hadn't have received an audiobook, but that's why I requested the audiobook, because I know that I do better with romance books reading the audiobook. that's just me. But I've clocked about 9 hours and 52 minutes so far of this 24-hour readathon. So definitely on my way to getting there. I had to take a quick break earlier today because someone was posting hate videos about me and like trying to start drama on my TikTok. So that took up about like an hour and a half of my time because like, I don't know. If anyone has ever like made mean videos about you, like, why are you doing that? So yeah, that took a little bit of my afternoon, but all good. I finished the audiobook. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna try to finish The Rite of Radnik now. I think I'm done with my audiobooks for the day. And I have about 35 minutes left of that book, says my Kindle, and I think I'm gonna order dinner, and then while I wait for it to come, I'm gonna read that book. So that's the plan. Okay, it's 6:40 now. I just finished The Rite of Radnik, and it took me forever to finish that book because I really just was not enjoying it, and I think I'm going to rate it 2 stars. I'm going to sit with my thoughts for a little bit before I write my NetGalley review. I will not be continuing on with the series. I have an arc of book 2 that was sent to me, and I don't think I'm going to read it. This is definitely like a romantasy, and I remember saying earlier, like in this video, that it is a romantasy for the romantasy girlies, and I think I still stand by that. But one thing that I like in fantasy is good world building, and this one was very much like, oh, we do this thing, but we're not going to explain why. Or, oh, you have entered the Rite of Radnik. That's like the Hunger Games-esque competition that they have to compete in to find the next ruler of like the land or whatever it is. But the place that they got sent to was an island that was forbidden for anyone else to like go to. So they didn't know what they were walking into, and no one was able to tell them what is actually on that island. So it felt like a cop-out for the world building of like, oh, we're just gonna send you to this island, but we're not going to explain anything about this island or the creatures that are on it or any of the magic system because we just don't know. So they just like, there was no world building, and I thought that was very weird. And there were just like not too many characters, but there was too much political intrigue that was not fleshed out, so it was just very confusing. I couldn't remember like who was on whose side and who did what and which of those people stood for what, or like, I think it needed to be longer. I think the premise of it could have been really good, but it just needed to be longer. So yeah, I will not be finishing the series. So now I just have to think about what I want to read next. And I think I'm looking at my list of books that I wanted to get through. I wanted to read A Theory in Drowning or The Secret Crush Book Club. I think I'm gonna look to see which one is shorter and then read that, just so that way I can start but a faster read, since it's 6:40 on Saturday night, just to get through as much as I can tonight and then hopefully not have too much to do tomorrow. But yeah, that was a disappointing read, but that's okay, you can't win them all. So I decided to read The Secret Crush Book Club by Carmen Lee tonight because it's only 288 pages, and I made it to about 60% of the way through. I think I'm going to take a shower and then lay in bed and finish the rest of the book. My Kindle says that I have about an hour and 15 minutes left. It's been a very quick read, and also I'm loving it. I am definitely gonna have to go back so this is the third in the series. I'm gonna have to go back and read the first 2 because I'm really enjoying this series. I'm really enjoying the way the author writes, and I think that this was a perfect pick for tonight. I think I'm at 13 hours of reading, so if I finish that up, it'll bring me to just a little bit over 14 hours. 10 hours left to read for tomorrow as part of my 24-hour readathon. So yeah, this was perfect. I don't know if Carmen Lee has any other books published, but if so, I would want to read them. I just got done grocery shopping and running my errands out and about. I started the audiobook The Days of Afriquite by Asali Solomon, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it's about it's a literary fiction book. It's about two women who go through a midlife crisis and rediscover themselves and their love for each other. It's really good so far. I'm enjoying it. Before I left, I finished Sympathy Tower Tokyo, and that book, I need to sit with my thoughts and I think honestly read a couple other reviews because I don't think I fully was the audience for that book, and I also don't think I understood it properly. So I don't know how I'm gonna rate it yet, but it was a quick read. I'm about 55% of the way through the Solomon book. I'm gonna try to finish it while I put groceries away and also make my juice for the week. I'm on a high fiber diet, and I'm not making juice because like I'm one of the health specific girls. I actually have to eat a lot of fiber for my diet, and I find that drinking juice in the morning is a good way to immediately start getting fiber, and it also helps because I'm on metformin, so whenever I have fiber it doesn't, or when I have fiber before I take my medicine, it doesn't like upset my stomach quite as much. So this week I'm making a kale, cucumber, green apple, ginger, lemon juice. I think that's it. I've had this a couple times before and it's very, very, very good. But I got a juicer off Facebook Marketplace. It works pretty well. There is some like pulp that gets stuck in there, but we have this sifter for oil, and it is gonna work perfectly to like let the juice go through and hold the pulp back. So gonna try that out. That's the plan for this afternoon, and then afterwards it's starting to get sunny outside, so I'm gonna go sit outside with the dogs. I'll probably make some green tea and start on one of my other novellas from NetGalley. These are really good. I really like these as dupes for Swedish Fish. They have less sugar. They have actually 0 added sugar, and the dietary fiber is 6 grams, which is pretty high for like a snack. They're so good. I love them so much. And I'm also trying the Shameless Snacks one this week because it sounded good. Super sour blue raspberry gummy candy. Vegan, gluten-free, good dietary fiber source. It's 5 p.m. now. I'm gonna make dinner really quick and then take a shower, and I think I'm gonna finish out the night. I have 3 hours left to reach 24 hours as part of my readathon, and I think I'm gonna end the readathon with an alien romance book because I just need something really lighthearted and fun after like reading so much the last couple days. So I have 2 books by Ursula Dax. I think it's book 3 and 4 of the Mail Order Bride, or I can't remember what the series is, but the covers are like so cool, and I have book 3 and 4 downloaded onto my Kindle, so I think I'm gonna read one of those next. Whatever that gets me to, I think that's just where I'm gonna stop. This has been a really fun experience, and I'm definitely gonna be doing one of these again in the future, and I would like to think I've learned my lesson to not request so many NetGalley arcs, but I probably haven't. I fully lied to you. I ate dinner, and then when I was deciding what to read next, I was like, Emily, no. You are doing this readathon because you need to get through your NetGalley arcs. I'm so sorry. Look at my dog. Look at how she's looking at me. She's so cute. Anyways, you're doing this to get through NetGalley arcs. You need to read your NetGalley arcs. So I started Automatic Noodles. This book is 175 pages, I think. It's very, very, very short. And actually my Kindle says, thank you, Daisy. And actually my Kindle said, you're in the entire screen. What if you sit down? Thank you, baby. Separation anxiety. She's literally a Velcro dog, but it's okay because I love her. She's so cute. Anyways, so I started Automatic Noodles. It says it's going to be about a 2-hour book, and I'm at 21:58. I am at 22 hours, so that's actually perfect. Like that's going to get me to 24 hours. So it is 6:42 right now, and I think given how needy my dogs are, it's probably going to take me a little bit over 2 hours to finish the book. So I'm aiming to get it done by 8:30 because I actually have an hour and 47 minutes left of this book. but it's probably gonna be closer to 9 o'clock because they're just needy. If you have a dog, you know. I am done officially with my 24-hour readathon. My very first one. That felt actually exhausting. I don't know how people do this very often. And I really like reading. I don't know why it felt so exhausting. I think it was just because I was like always on, always doing something with my brain, always like keeping track of what I was doing. Like it was just like 24 full hours on, plus like doing chores and taking care of my dogs and like the other things that I have to do during the weekend. I did finish Automatic Noodles. That was really fun, and I was correct in saying that it felt very much like a Becky Chambers book. If you like Becky Chambers, you would definitely like Automatic Noodles. That was so much. That was so much reading. But I did make a huge dent in my NetGalley shelf, so I'm actually really proud of myself for that. I think I'm going to not do like a review for each book in this video. I think I'm just gonna make like a mini book review post on my Instagram and also probably post it to my book talk, because I think I need to sit with my thoughts for a few of these books, and especially because I read so many back to back to back, like I was like not even taking time to write reviews as I finished them. I was like, read as part of my 24-hour readathon, review to come for every single book that I read. Anyways, live, laugh, love you all. Thanks for watching. I might do it again, I might not. We'll see.